Alright, welcome to phase 2 of the Korean language book Midae Learn Korean in 40 Days. This phase of phase 2 answers the question, what is the goal of learning Korean? What is true parents' desire? Exactly the goal of why we are trying to learn Korean. Now let's start with some of true parents' words. True mother said in 2013, "To learn Korean is something you can do if you decide to do it. I have seen many successful cases of our members. I saw that when they made efforts, they could do it. In the era of Chanoguk, do you not want to try to study Korean? You can do it. Say, I can do it. I will do it. You should do it." Now the question often enters my mind, why should I even bother with writing this book? The simple answer is, well, because I see a problem. And that problem being, although true parents have emphasized and re-emphasized the importance of learning Korean, many of unificationists around the world have had much difficulty learning the language and comprehending true parents' words. I've met with numerous unifications worldwide who desperately want to learn Korean, but they neither had the time nor the resources to make it happen. It's not anyone's fault, it's just that there wasn't much focus on learning Korean that pertained to unificationists in particular. In fact, this is the first book that offers an insightful, structured, and detailed process for learning true parents' language in a short time frame of 40 days. There is yet another problem. A clear goal has never been set. While I was researching true parents' speeches, particularly where they were talking about Korean language learning, I came to a realization, and that realization was that the goal for learning Korean for unificationists is not clear. It's never been made clear. We know that true parents have emphasized the necessity of learning Korean, but to what extent are we supposed to learn it, and how are we supposed to learn it? There is no clear goal in these terms. Simply put, we need to establish a clear goal for learning Korean before even getting started. The process of understanding true parents' language through a specific set of goals and a practical process is the technique that we're going to use in the book. So then, what's our goal? There have been endless volumes published where True Father emphasizes the importance of learning Korean, but the question still remains, how far is he expecting us to go? What is the goal of learning Korean? Is it to become fluent in Korean? Is it to live in Korea and obtain an understanding of the language and culture? Can we even understand Korean culture without first grasping the language? What exactly do true parents expect of us in terms of learning Korean? I've asked these very same questions, and my quest for deeper truth led me to study true parents' teachings with more meaningful intent. As a result, based on true parents' words, I've came to these 4 conclusions. Number 1 is that fluency is not the goal for now. Number 2, listening to true parents speak is not the goal for now. Reading true parents' words and understanding the meaning behind the words is the goal. And finally, mastering the words and grammar structures frequently used by true parents is the goal. Fluency is not the goal. Myth: being fluent in Korean is the goal. It's what true parents want us to do. Truth: yes, fluency would be great, but for now it's not the goal. Learning the core vocabulary and grammar used by true parents is. Have you ever heard true parents ask us to be fluent in Korean? They've requested to learn or practice Korean, but never to be fluent. The word fluency is often misleading in language learning because it implies that the learner has to be capable of perfectly imitating everything that a native speaker can do. For example, speaking, reading, writing, etc. Being fluent is not our goal, and thus it's a word we want to avoid for now. Being perfect or fluent in any skill in general is not a good goal. It's too vague to develop an applicable process. On the other hand, being good enough at a particular skill does a trick. Learning languages definitely falls into this category. In our case, being good enough means you can understand the speeches of true parents. This is a clearly defined goal. True parents don't want us to know Korean inside and out. They just want us to understand the meaning and heart behind the words they portray. Too busy, too hard, too old. People often say learning a second language is too hard, they're too busy, or they're too old. I'd like to remove these concepts now, and I've heard it all. I've also been there, so I know that for a fact that these are just excuses that we use to avoid what's truly important to us. If you absolutely had to learn Korean, as if your life depended on it, how would you do it? And trust me, you can do it. Your father believed with all his heart that we could learn Korean. Why else would he always talk about it? For more information about fast language learning techniques, you can visit my blog on rapid language acquisition. So this is the end of phase 2, where we answered the question, what is the goal of learning Korean? What exactly do true parents expect of us in terms of learning Korean? And in the next phase, we'll go on to studying about the Korean Hangul, the Korean writing system. And by the end of the next phase, phase 3, you'll be able to read Korean at a steady speed. And that's exciting, and best of luck with that, and I'll see you in the next phase. Alright, so God bless, thank you for watching, and see you next time.